Hello, primary children. I hope you're all doing well. I know school is starting this week, and whatever version of school you are doing, I hope that it starts well and it continues to go well for all of us. So good luck with that. Today, I'm going to go back 1 week in the Book of Mormon, reading in the Come Follow Me schedule, because I just kept feeling like this was a message that I should share and that I wanted to share, which is a lesson in and of itself, that sometimes we can't move forward until we follow what we've already gotten. So I'm going to go back and teach about a Book of Mormon superhero that I missed. And I know we've already talked, right, about superhero Captain Moroni. Here he is with all of the soldiers behind him. Moroni is definitely a superhero. But there's also another superhero that sometimes gets missed because his superhero is not being super strong, or having a really cool weapon, or going off to battle. Okay, I'm going to show you who it is now. Okay, over here it's Pahoran. And I know some of you are going, say what? Pahoran? I don't think he's a superhero. Okay, so hear me out. I'm going to kind of just go back and explain a little bit. I know, right, Captain Moroni had all of those kind of classic super strengths. Pahoran, actually, his super strength is that he has a really, really big heart. Like an unbelievably big heart that helps him to understand where people are coming from and to listen to them and to see the good. So just a little recap of the story. Captain Moroni and many of his leaders, Helaman, Lehi, Tankum, okay, we go through their story. We have lots of the warriors behind. They had been fighting and had done a really good job, but they still needed help. And Pahoran was in charge of the government. Okay, so kind of a little city behind him. So Captain Moroni sent him a letter. Well, it's not called a letter. It's called, in Book of Mormon lingo, it's called an epistle. And he sends this epistle to Pahoran, and he says, we need a little bit of help. Okay, we need supplies, we need food, we need just strength to our numbers. He sends it and he doesn't get back a reply, which makes him really upset. So he sends a second epistle to Pahoran, and this one, he gets a little bit flustered, okay? And he uses words like condemnation, like, I'm gonna basically like condemn you for how you're acting. He says, you have been neglectful of us. Great has been your neglect, and you have done nothing. You've been sitting on your thrones of power, and you're not helping us. Okay? So he uses some pretty strong language against Pahoran. Well, Pahoran did get the first one, and then he got the second one, and he is finally able to write back his own letter, his own epistle to Moroni. And at that point, we're able to start understanding what had been happening. He actually had kind of been waging his own war here of people who were trying to take over the government. So he was wanting to help Moroni, but he was fighting here too. And he sends back this letter, and we see a great big heart come through in this letter, okay, because of the words he says. And I'm just gonna read just a few of those verses. In one verse, he says, I do not joy in your great afflictions. Yea, it grieves my soul. So he says right there, I am not happy that this is happening to you. I'm sad. Like, my soul is just sad that you have to go through all this. And then he also says, in your epistle you have censored me, but it mattereth not. I am not angry. He said, you have absolutely told me I'm wrong, but it's okay. I'm not angry. And he says, I rejoice in the greatness of your heart. Like, I know that you have a big heart too, and that you're trying to watch over your soldiers and your leaders and help us be safe. Okay, so he recognizes that Moroni has a good heart. And then the last thing he says, one of the last things he says, my beloved brother Moroni, let us resist evil. So right there, he's like, we're not on opposite teams. You are still my brother. Let's do this together. Okay, and he starts making a plan for how to do that. And Moroni does come back, and together they restore peace in their land. Even back here in the city where there was so much trouble. So I love that, right? So Pahoran teaches us that loving and understanding can actually help so much more with problems than reacting. And for us, I think that can help us, because sometimes someone accuses us of doing something and it's easy for us to say, you don't understand, you weren't there. And we can yell, we can get angry. And Pahoran shows us that instead of getting angry, he just shows forth more love and more understanding. And so it's a good lesson for us to turn the tables of anger and frustration to understanding and support and love. So that's why I think Pahoran is a superhero, okay? Because really, this superpower of love might just be the most healing, the most powerful superpower of them all. It could do the most healing within our homes, within our communities, within our world, if we see each other, if we understand, and if we show forth that love. And I think Pahoran, right, might have been the superhero that we could have missed. And I just wanted to make sure that we don't miss him, because for myself, I really want to work on praying for and having and exercising a bigger and a more understanding heart and a more loving heart. And I want to say, you kids are definitely my greatest example of that love and understanding and support. And that's why I love and have loved being in primary so much, is that you are the greatest example to me of this. So I love you, I miss you, and I hope that I get to see you guys sooner rather than later. And just keep taking care of yourselves and take care of each other, right? And remember that superpower that Pahoran showed us is that great big heart of love. Okay, bye.